When Athletic Bilbao got in touch about the award, it was an honour, really, when you see the players who have had the award in the past. Paolo Maldini, Puyol, some great world-class players, defenders as well. So it was nice. I've always wanted to be a one-club man as soon as I started playing for Liverpool. This award for me is right up there with some of the other awards I've won on an individual basis, maybe even at the top, because it's not for everybody. It's unique, it's special. I'm very honoured to be receiving this award and to think, that this award will carry on in the future, and my name will always be alongside some great names. And for me, because I'm a one-club man, I look with sort of respect at other players who have done that for their club as well. And there's some special names there, so to have my name alongside them is, I'm truly honoured. So yes, it's something special, something that I'm proud of, and maybe alongside winning the Champions League in 2005 is maybe my biggest achievement in football. I mean, Liverpool Football Club is a very special club, but they don't just want players to stay here for the whole career. They need to be at a certain level. So yes, they helped me and they were a huge, inspiration for me, from the youth academies right through, the reserves and the first team, different managers, players, supporters. But yeah, you still have to win, you still have to perform. I think the supporters at Liverpool are as important as the players and the manager, maybe more so. And I know everybody could say that about any team. But I do think the connection between the supporters and the players is what makes Liverpool special and makes Liverpool what it is, the most successful club in English football. And a lot of that is to do with sort of, this Anfield coming here, the effect it has not just on Liverpool players, but on the opposition players. They speak about that all the time. I think in my role in being a player for so long, I think that was hugely helped by my relationship with the supporters and being one of them, really. And I like to think that the supporters saw me as one of them. There's some big fancy superstar type of footballer. I was a supporter on the pitch. Beating Alaves in the UEFA Cup final in Dortmund, I mean, it almost gets forgotten about because Istanbul comes 3 or 4 years later. But that maybe the greatest UEFA Cup final of all time, I would imagine it is. So we play the greatest UEFA Cup final of all time in 2001, and in 2005 we play in the greatest European Cup final of all time. So we're very lucky, and probably the 2 most famous games I was involved in. But I mean, to win the Champions League in 2005, the way we won it was a game that will be remembered forever by everybody around the world, and I'm sure even supporters in Athletic Club will remember that game, where they were watching it. So for me to be part of that and to be from the city and know so many supporters, family, friends, and I always feel when you play for your club and you're from the city, you feel the wins more and you feel the defeats more. So it's a real roller coaster ride. I'm sure there's plenty of players down the years at Athletic Club who will be, a testament to that, when you win, you feel like you're part of this big family, and when you lose, it feels like the end of the world. And that's what it felt like for me and Steven Gerrard at times. But in 2005, that was just, it feels more special, I think, being a local player, being from the club, and knowing how it affects so many people's lives. And the idea that you come through the youth academy, or you have roots in the Basque region. And I think it's possibly the most special thing probably in football. When you think of, football, the way it's dominated now by money, people talk about TV deals, the Champions League, it's all about money, money, money. And the first thing for supporters to think, that means we can go and buy this player or that player, or a big name footballer. And it's totally different there, and I think that is really, really special. And to keep that going for so long, and it'll be the same, I'm sure, forever, I think that is something that means Athletic Bilbao are respected, I think, everywhere and anywhere, in the world of football. It was truly unique. I think it's amazing that Nico Williams has signed that contract, but it just shows how special that connection is, and that he wants to carry on those traditions of the past of players being one club men. And it certainly means that Atleti have got a special player on that left wing for the years to come. And I'm sure he'll have a fantastic season in the Champions League this season as well. But I mean, you wouldn't normally see that decision anywhere else in the world. But because of that uniqueness of Athletic Bilbao, in the fact that what you do in terms of bringing players through, and he's now going to be the guy everybody looks up to in the academy and the youth. They want to be the next Nico Williams. He was loved and adored, obviously, by Evertonians, but I think within the city as well, he was very well respected, and I think the same as in Athletic Bilbao as well. The supporters there remember him very fondly as a great manager and a great man, and him and certainly Everton Football Club, what they've done for Liverpool, especially in the city around tragedy as well, has been very special, and that is what this city is about. It is about togetherness and unity. Yeah, I know about the fixture in 1980, 83, 84, and between Athletic Bilbao and Liverpool. And Liverpool went on to win the European Cup that season. But I think arguably that was maybe the toughest game that they had. I remember when you speak to not just the players of that time, maybe Michael Robinson, Sammy Lee, who of course had their times in Spain as well, but also supporters. And I always remember the manager at the time was Joe Fagan. And I don't think, even though Liverpool were a fantastic team, they fancied the chances too much. I think the first game here was 0-0. And obviously went to Athletic Bilbao for the second leg. But that team was very famous in Athletic Bilbao in that they won the title 2 years running, La Liga 2 years running. So it was obviously a very special team. And when you think of the giants in Spain, we know who normally wins La Liga. For Athletic Club to do that twice, 2 years running, is pretty special. So it was a pretty special team. So that was a very big scalp for Liverpool. And as I said, the toughest game on the way to the European Cup in Rome. But I think when you're playing for a team who's always thinking about winning the biggest honours, trying to find the best players they can find in the world, it's not just in England now. Yeah, that's what makes me proud, that I had lots of managers, different teammates, different players bought to replace me, but I was still there, kept fighting and playing and doing whatever I could to try and win 3 points or win trophies for this club. And the thing I'm maybe most proud of in my career is just playing for one club. I like the idea of when people say, who did you play for? You say Liverpool. You don't say any other name.